bought him. I bought him as a yearling at the Fasig-Tipton August sale, New York bred sale. Me and my dad and my brother bought a quarter. Susie Montaigne bought a quarter, and Carrie Brogdon from Mackmore Hall in Lexington, she stayed in for half. And originally the plan was to go from the yearling sale and pinhook him as a 2-year-old in the OBS sale, and just try and make some money. And I fell in love with him as soon as I saw him start training down in Florida. I tried to buy them out and it didn't work out. So we went to the sale, and at that point, when we were at the sale, he RNA'd, thankfully. And I was like, look, I said, we got to take this horse to the races. He's going to be a really nice horse. And Carrie doesn't really race colts, and Susie was kind of getting started, and she couldn't really afford to race. So I bought them out and brought on Jay Stables at that point, who's my main owner from Ecuador. And we went to the races from there. So originally the horse was trained by Roderick Rodriguez down in Florida. And actually the funny thing is, when we brought the horse up to New York as a 2-year-old, it was me and Rod, and we had him and we had a filly named Off the Tracks, and both of them ended up being Grade 1 winners, which is really cool to go to Saratoga with, two, you're not sure what they are yet, to both end up being Grade 1 winners, and just kind of progressed from there. And now here we are as a 5-year-old. He's made $4.1 million, and we're excited for the Lukas Classic on Saturday.
His last 2 races were the Met Mile and then the Whitney. He runs his eyeballs off in Grade 1 races and just gets beat.
It's tough. It's frustrating. You want to win so bad, and I mean he shows up every time. He's run 23 times with 7 wins in 10 seconds and 3/3. So, we're never disappointed, but losing isn't easy. And the Met Mile, that one really, really hurt. Coming, and just get beat at the wire. The next jump, we're in front and pulling away from B Jersey. And the Whitney, he was doing really good going into it. We're ready. The jockeys are out, and then it starts lightning and thundering and pouring, and you got to wait another 45 minutes. And he's not a horse that really handles the paddock very well. So, whether or not it made a difference, I don't know, but we'll find out on Saturday.
Yeah, talk about the decision to come to run in a $200,000 Grade 3 race.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference. Your last 3 starts are $2 million, $1.25, and $1.2 million to come to $200,000. But for us, it was kind of a dual focus. One is getting a race over the track. With the Breeders' Cup being at Churchill, it was the perfect time to come here and check it out. And then the second part is to really think that in the Whitney, he answered some questions, but had some questions as well left to go. So we sit there and we said, you know what, let's go here, go another 1.8 miles instead of stretching out to 1.25 miles in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Go 1.8 miles, 2 turns here at Churchill, where it'd be 1 turn at Belmont. So go the 2 turns over here at Churchill and make sure he can handle it. And that's where we are. It's a good test. I think it's a decent field, but it's a field that he should be better than if he can go the 2 turns. And he'll answer a lot of questions on Saturdays to finish well and gallop out well. It looks like there's enough speed in the race. Hopefully Flower Felisa doesn't kind of get loose on the lead. But really solid field. I mean, you look at Honorable Duty, he's obviously a horse that won this race last year. He's Grade 1 placed in the Stephen Foster earlier this year, so he's a horse that certainly likes Churchill Downs and likes the distance of 1.8 miles. Toast of New York was second in the Breeders' Cup Classic, albeit a few years ago, but certainly does bring some back class with him. Breaking Lucky, kind of a late entrant, and here's another horse who's run well at the distance, was in the original Pegasus. So, you have a field kind of assembled here that'll test us, and we need to show up with our A race, and it'll also be the first time that Tyler Gaffleone's aboard, and hopefully he fits them like I think he will.
So, there's 3 ways you could go with the Breeders' Cup: the Sprint, the Dirt Mile, or the Classic, or even, as you were joking, maybe going in the turf, since you see how these turf horses going in the Classic. Is it really 3 that you're looking at? Or
100%. And, all 3 of them bring with them a different set of circumstances and different horses that are pointing for different races. And, there's a lot of moving parts right now. There's a big difference in purses. There's $6 million in the Classic, $2 million in the Sprint, $1 million in the Dirt Mile. You have Imperial Hand. I want to see what he does on Saturday in the Vosburg. You have Catalina Cruiser waiting in the Dirt Mile. A horse like Promises Fulfilled for Dale Roman's one of those up-and-coming 3-year-olds. Does he go the Sprint or the Dirt Mile? Obviously, Frisian Fire in that same kind of category for Jason Service. And then obviously in the Classic, a lot of moving parts right now. You want to see Accelerate West Coast, going to make his first start since Dubai on Saturday in the Awesome Again. Diversify, can he handle this track? Obviously we're going to do a lot of kind of studying too. We don't have to commit for a while, because after this race is over, you don't have, I think pre-noms are like 10 days out. So we'll have 3-4 weeks to really sit down and think about where we want to go, and we'll watch some of these other horses train and see how they handle the track, and we'll keep our cards close to our vest.